Ladies and gentlemen, welcome again to the analysis of YOLENO TV. I hope you well from wherever you're watching this channel. Now, the committee completed its vetting of the 20 cabinet secretaries, those nominated by William Samoei Ruto, the president of Kenya. Now, but what has it that out of the 20, one person was dropped? In other words, the committee did not approve one person, and that is Soi Langat. So Soi Langat was nominated in the docket of the gender CS, but from the report that was tabled by Kimani Ichung'wah, the vetting committee did not approve her nomination, whereas all other 19 cabinet secretary nominees were approved. I know there are so many people wondering why Soi Langat had to be dropped, whereas people like Oparanya, their names sailed through. People like JOHO, because those are people who are being branded as to be corrupt. People like Murkomen, why their names had to just sail through. People like Duale. So people are wondering why Soi's name had to be dropped. I want us to escalate this story on why we think Soi had to be dropped. Is this because the committee could not approve all the names? You know, is he a sacrificial lamb? You know, that can also be a case. Is Soi a sacrificial lamb? Because if the cabinet committee had vetted and approved all, then maybe people would have said, how could they just have approved all? So they choose Soi to be a sacrificial lamb. Is that the case? So I want us to talk about this matter extensively, but before you do that, please like this video. It's so important. If you like this video, I'm so grateful for everyone who has been liking our videos. I don't take that for granted. Subscribe to our channel if you've not subscribed before, and to existing subscribers, thank you so much for your support. So the National Assembly Committee on Appointments rejected the nomination of Soi Langat as a gender cabinet secretary. In a report tabled in Parliament by Majority Leader Kimani Ichung'wah on Wednesday, all other nominees were approved except for Soi. And this is what the report said in part. The committee rejects the appointment of Ms. Stella Soi Langat. Now, because of that move, you know, the Parliament of the National Assembly plenary will now decide whether to reject the vetting committee report or approve it as it is. So let's say, for example, if the plenary report is adopted as it is, it means William Ruto will have to nominate another person to the ministry, the gender ministry, because Soi Langat has not been approved. Well, the detail as to why her candidature could not sail through has not been disclosed. I think it's contained in that vetting report. But what has it that the fresh nominee, should there be any, because at the end of the day, William Ruto will be forced to pick another for that same slot, and this other nominee will still go through the vetting process, just like Soi Langat, what she went through. So the question here, ladies and gentlemen, before I further this discussion, is Soi being used as a sacrificial lamb? Was she there deliberately? Was she put there deliberately so that she can fail, and so that the rest of the names can be considered? Because there's a case of a sacrificial lamb. We saw this move in 2022, whereas there were all other cabinet nominees were approved except, I think, Rebecca Miano. One name, I think a CS from the Eastern, Kambani, her name was dropped intentionally. But you see, members of parliament contested it, and then I think that's why she had to be reinstated. But the idea was that she was to be made a sacrificial lamb. So I'm looking at this scenario now. It's just like a repeat of what happened in 2022. Soi Langat is either being made a sacrificial lamb, or maybe she did not meet the requirements, you know. So based on the report which have been tabled, you know, the ones who have been approved include Aden Duale, Environment, Kithure Kindiki, Interior, Alice Wahome Lands, Alfred Mutua Labor, Salim Vuria Trade, Justin Muturi Public Service, Soipan Tunya Defense, Kipchumba Murkomen Sports, Davis Chirchi Roads and Transport, Rebecca Miano Wildlife and Tourism, Deborah Mulongo Baraza, that is Health, and Julius Migosi Ogamba Education. You know, others who have also been approved are like Andrew Muhia Karanja Agriculture and Livestock Development, Eric Murithi Munga Water Sanitation and Irrigation, Margaret Nyambura Ndungu Information Communication and Digital Economy, John Mbadi National Treasury, Opio Wandai Energy, Asanjo Mining, and Wycliffe Oparanya Cooperative. Yes, that is now the list of those names who have been, of the cabinet secretary nominees whose names have been approved. You know, let me just remind you that this vetting process came against the backdrop of an aggressive push by Kenyans to ensure only leaders of integrity join the cabinet. So this is what leads us to this question. Do you think the names I've just read are of nominees who meet the integrity needed by Chapter 6? You know, it's all about Chapter 6. Do you think those names qualify? We all know that Soi Langat has been dropped. But why was she dropped? Is it because she was to be a sacrificial lamb? Is that the case? Personally, I think there is something here. Or was it that she was just appointed to give the gender an impression that it is all about gender balancing? What happened there, ladies and gentlemen? Youths are not happy. The Gen Zs are not happy at all. These names, the names that I've just read, the Gen Zs are not happy about those names. They never expected that politicians would be roped in from maybe ODM to be brought into Kenya Kwanza government so that they can help the government. They never expected that those fired CSs could be brought back. So these are some of the things which Kenyans are complaining about, but that is what the government has done. The government has moved in to exercise its own authority, and that explains why those names I've read, they have succeeded in the vetting process. So just go below in the comment section and tell us, do you think this Soi Langat, do you think she was disapproved because she's incompetent, or she's just a sacrificial lamb? Just go below in the comment section and you can tell us your reaction regarding that. So perhaps if you're watching this video and have not subscribed, take 1 second and subscribe, like this video. Until we catch up again, stay safe and stay blessed.